Enthusiasm is what causes you, having had a bad day the day before, to get up out of bed and to go to the office and to believe that today is going to be different. Because you believe in something, because you have not a mission statement that hangs framed on a wall, though that's okay, but because you have a mission statement written in your heart. That's enthusiasm. That's that fervor of spirit. That's that fire in the belly where you believe in yourself and you believe in what you're doing. In people that you're associated with, I'll tell you a way to stoke the fires of enthusiasm, to keep yourself enthused, to keep them enthused as a team, and we are a team. One of the best ways is with encouragement. You ever had anyone pat you on the back? Sure we have. How'd it feel? Mark Twain said that he could live a whole month on one good compliment. I would venture to say that there are a lot of people that don't get one real good compliment a month, and that's tragic. It's a strange thing what happens to us when we pay compliments to another. It's a strange thing, an interesting phenomenon, what happens to another person. We don't forget what we've done. They don't forget what we've done. The gift clings to the hand of the giver. And we, in essence, stoke the fires of our enthusiasm in such. Encourage other people. Pat them on the back. Pay them a compliment. Now, if you ever wonder who needs encouragement and who doesn't, let me give you a formula for that. I see some of you with pen and paper. You might want to write this down. The way to determine if a person needs encouragement is to check to see if the person's breathing. If the person is breathing, he or she probably needs just a little encouragement. Now, have you ever used negative motivation with your kids? Probably not, no. We never did. My wife would tell you I'm lying. Have you ever done this with one of your kids? You get in there and study for that math test. I don't want you to flunk that one tomorrow like you did the previous one. Our son was a pitcher. He pitched in college. And I know how coaches can be. A pitching coach will stride out to the mound. You know, he takes an hour to get out there, it seems like. I don't know if those fellows are not in shape or they're just in for the dramatic. But they stride out there and they'll tell the pitcher, now this batter that's coming up, right-handed batter, you don't want to throw him a low inside pitch. He'll knock it over the left field fence. And he goes back and he sits down. And about the time that he hits the pine, the batter hits the ball. And it goes over the left field fence. He planted the thought in the pitcher's mind. Why can't he say, look, buddy, you're doing a great job. Boy, I'm proud of you. You're doing a great job. Tell you what, you got 2 outs here. We only need 1 out. We got this game in the bag. Now, you know this batter can't hit a high outside pitch. Bust him 3 on the outside corner. We're out of this game. We can go home. You see the difference? Positive, rather than motivating people by the negative. The waitress came over. She said, can I get you something? I said, yeah, please. I'd like a cup of coffee. She said, would you like anything to go with that? I said, yeah, as a matter of fact, though my wife and son are coming down, we're going to eat the buffet after a while. Why don't you bring me a Danish if you don't mind? She said, what kind? I said, a cheese Danish would be nice. And that's when she said something I never will forget. She said, let me go see if we have any cheese Danishes. Now, normally, management doesn't like for us to tell people when we have cheese Danishes. Because when we tell people that we have cheese Danishes, we sell out too fast. I thought I had just been beamed down from the Starship Enterprise. That was just the weirdest thing I'd ever heard in my life. But it got even stranger because the sweetheart went off in the kitchen, came back with a saucer and a cheese Danish on it, and she looked like she was carrying the Hope Diamond. She'd done me this grand service. Now, why am I telling that? Because I believe they forgot what the main thing was. The main thing is not ordering procedures and systems, which apparently were in place in that restaurant, and they didn't want to have to change any of that. People can get excited about people. People can get excited about helping people. People don't get too excited about bureaucratic red tape and systems and procedures. But I think sometimes we put all the emphasis on systems and procedures. It's sort of like the guy that goes in and asks at a hardware store, y'all have any red widgets? And the guy says, no, we don't carry those anymore because when we carried them, we couldn't keep them in stock. What are we doing? What are we doing in business? Ronald Reagan said the number one job of a bureaucracy is to maintain the bureaucracy. Now, friend, we can't get enthused about maintaining a bureaucracy. What is most important? And you can get enthused about that. You can be enthused about making money. Well, sure, everyone has goals. Everyone has financial goals. And if we don't make money, we don't stay in business, right? But if you don't have people, you don't stay in business either. If you don't build relationships, you don't stay in business. And if you're not building relationships, you know what happens to enthusiasm? Because we don't get excited about paperwork and bureaucracies. We just don't.